Look at it! Hello and welcome to the Missi vlog. Today we're at
Comic Con Holland.
We're gonna show you some, maybe some panels, the booths. I don't know about cosplay because it's a bigger event than the one in Amsterdam. It's a bit crowded. It's very hot inside. So we will see. Are you going to join us in this adventure?
Oh, the GTA.
Yeah! This is the introduction to the GTA Q&A session. Let's go!
Come on in. We're about to get the panel underway. In just about 5 minutes time, we're going to be talking all things GTA 3. And we're going to have our man, the myth, the legend, that is the host with the most, and the most yellow jumper you'll ever see on the planet. Pablo is going to be back on the stage. And then just after that, we're going to have our Disney karaoke. I've seen this before with Pablo. It's amazing. I love it. It's my favorite thing. I think it's probably better than having John Boyega here at Holland. I said it, and I'm a Star Wars guy, and I said that. There we go. Myth, the legend, and he only comes out if you're making noise. You know this. Make some noise for our host for the most, Pablo!
You look so bright, you look so beautiful. Are you ready for our very first panel of this edition? Who knows? These are your guests from GTA 5, Stefan, Og, Luke, Ned, and Shawn Fonteno! Let me hear you go! Welcome. Have a seat if you feel, or shake some hands, or not. There's microphones in the seats right there. There's one here, there's one here. They're very comfortable chairs, you can try them out, they're on.
These work?
Yes.
I sound sexy. Ooh.
That's what we do with filters. Is this my voice?
Yes, it is my voice. I'm a sexy cat.
Do you sometimes, when you do voice acting, do you get surprised by how your own voice sounds?
I don't know, I've never done voice acting, but this is the only one I've ever done. But no, my voice is my voice. It never surprises me. I've seen it enough, like on TV and commercials and stuff like that.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I don't care. It's like whatever.
That excellent. It's mobile, just for that.
Hey, what up, y'all? What's going on, man? How we doing, Holland?
Word up, y'all.
Word up.
These are the words that you've been thinking about all morning.
I did learn. Oh, now I
I forget it. Good day. How do you say? Yes, yeah, like.
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's good.
It's
good.
yeah, it's either goeiedag.
Goeiedag, that's it.
Goeiedag. Yeah, but they have a raspy.
Yeah.
Goeiedag.
It's very different than the French.
Goeiedag.
A little more horky and guttural.
Although in the south of the Netherlands it gets softer, so you can come very close to it. Goeiedag. With a goeiedag.
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 But with the growl, it's good for him because it sounds like a zombie.
Goeiedag.
Hi, my name is Dustin and I have a question for everybody. Why did you guys wanted to play in GTA?
Why?
Why? Employment.
Yeah, exactly.
Work is
employment. Don't listen to that. They're lying. It was employment. No, it was great material. When we got our audition material, it was really good stuff. And when you get really good stuff, you want to do it. You know, yeah, for us, you know, as actors, it's like you want the work because, right, it's better than tending bar or waiting tables. But you want the, you know, good material is good stuff. When you get that, you're like going, oh man, I hope I get this. This will be great.
But a lot of, you know, it's not always, people think, some actors have the choice, right? They're sitting at a desk with a bunch of opportunities. Most of us don't have that. It's, you get an opportunity to work, which in this case was the GTA, or it could be a TV show or a movie or whatever. You audition for it with the hope that you get it. So a lot of times it comes down to, it's just the job you get, which is great. And it could be something like this, or it could be something no one sees. That doesn't matter so much.
You mean basically everything that I've ever been in?
Yeah, as far as me, man, it was just being a part of Rockstar. You know, when Rockstar called and say, hey, we're doing an audition, I recommend everybody run to the audition, because you never know what it's gonna be. I mean, they told me it was another video game called Paradise, and we waited a whole year later and found out it was Grand Theft Auto 5, so I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it was a good job, man.
For Steven and I, it was called Rush. We didn't even audition for the same video game. He was Paradise and we were Rush. Turns out it was a little different.
Hey, I have a question for Steve. How was it to act like you were in your underwear while you were wearing a mocap suit?
Hey man, do that same.
He didn't. They put balls on his skin.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing,
That's what's up,
cool.
bro.
I'll see you this afternoon.
Excellent. Well, you have to wear underwear under your spandex suit, your motion capture. No, I think that was one of those things I probably said and lied about. And then people believe it, and none of that was true.
And now every Q&A gets thrown back to you.
It's like, you know, you don't believe everything you read, kids. You know, it's...
Believe it, it's all true.
You say stuff and people, it's like I have a fake birthday in November that people wish me happy birthday, and it's probably because in an interview they asked my birthday, and I was like, who fucking cares when my birthday is? So I just made it up, and now it's out there in my birthday. I'm like, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Thank you so much for the birthday wishes.
I think the underwear thing might have come from, I do believe at the beginning or the end of the day, when I used to wear really cheerleader socks up to my knees, and it wasn't at the beginning or the end of the day, I'd run out into the motion capture studio.
Naked, but with underwear on.
Well, I had underwear on.
Look at these
that.
socks he's got on right now. See those? He had ones that came up to here that he would wear, and then at the end of the day, he would just come out in his underwear and run around like just.
So that's probably where it came from, was something.
The set.
But that was also like knowing the audience. That was more just to like, you know, celebrate the day, and you know, that's to keep everyone's energy up. It was one of those. So that's, I think, the underwear thing.
Do you guys relate to the characters in real life? Or like, do you guys relate to the characters in some way?
Speak up, I can't hear you, bro.
Do you guys relate to the characters in some way?
I do. I feel I do a lot with Franklin, because, you know, Franklin is a kid from the hood, and he's been through a lot of shit, you know, stealing things and whatnot. So definitely I can relate to it. I definitely can, because that's where I come from. You know, Rockstar gave me a chance to get out of the hood, and I'm very grateful to them, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't no telling where I would be right now if I didn't land this role, you know, to play Franklin. I don't know where I would be right now, you know? So I'm grateful to Rockstar for that, so.
Yeah, for me too, because I had actually retired. I had quit acting for like 4 years, and I went back to New York, and this was my first audition back. And, so when I booked this, it was very, I didn't know that Michael was actually coming out of retirement, and so for me it was real easy to relate to that part of it because, I had done that myself. I was bitter on the business. I was tired of it. I've been in it for 28 years and I was just like, oh man, this business sucks. But I didn't realize that the restaurant business sucked more, so I wanted to go. So I went back to New York, and this was the first audition back. So yeah, that's how I related to it. You're like, what did I be? I got pulled back in, just like Michael did, by him.
I guess it's probably that the character of Trevor he feels everything. Not necessarily appropriate at times, the things he feels, but that would be something I relate to, is the no epidermis. Like no emotional filter, feeling a lot.
Right.
And his good looks, obviously. Although the older I get, the more I resemble him, which is scary. Like I'm just getting more weathered and balder, and I guess I look more like a meth head as I get closer to death.
And once again, you're on the right side. Some more.
Steven's done. He's leaving. He's going.
No, I was just like, how do you get down?
What are you looking for? What are you doing? Are you looking for the Walking Dead panel?
You want to jump down or you want to find the stairs?
No, I was going to come down because I thought we could go up to the lazy people sitting, see if they have a question.
There's stairs there.
We'll go up there and see. So if anyone has a question, I will be presenting the microphone for those in the seats.
Excellent.
So please think of a good question.
I just wanted
ignore
to
me.
say, on behalf of everyone, your performances
Anyone have
and
questions
your
back here?
characters are so iconic, not just within the gaming space, but within the entertainment space. So yeah, from the bottom of all our hearts, we love you so much, and thank you for all the
Thank you. Actually, it's you guys.
I do have a very important question for Shawn.
We'll wait for this.
Can a low come up in your crib?
Hell no, I'll see you at work.
All right, we got a question up here.
Now we go to Stephen in the audience.
How was it working for Vince Gilligan for Better Call Saul?
Great question. Great.
Did you plant that question?
No, it was wonderful. I mean, the whole gang of Better Call Saul we were hoping to do 3. Like there was the first Sobchak with the mustache, the hair, second with the big beard. And then there was going to be a third of I would shave my head bald, and that was going to be sort of the full thing. But I was unfortunately shooting in Vancouver, I think, and with the quarantine, couldn't get back. But a great group of people. Great question.
Hey man, bring your ass back down here, bro.
Next.
I was just trying to,
a man of the people.
I just thought it would be nice. Sorry for giving a shit about you all. My bad.
Man, shit. It's like, thank you guys so much. It's, I always say the fans are the game, man. The fans are the game. Without you, we're nothing. So, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, audience, and thank you.
Thank you guys.
I appreciate y'all, man. Stephen, Luke, and Shawn, give him some love.
Come to those tables.
Yeah, we'll be.
If you have any more questions, they will be here all day.
welcome inside my editing room. So Marjolein and I had a whole introduction about the next Q&A that would be World Cup. But yeah, this actor did not want to be recorded, photographed or anything. So that was all for nothing. Well, Marjolein got to meet him, so there's that. But yeah, unfortunately we could not record him, so that made me think and think and think, and I would be like, who would be a great actor to introduce in this day vlog? And you know, my editing room is also my game room, so then I knew exactly who to get. And that is, no, not Assassin's Creed, that would be Mario. You know, the voice actor of Mario? Let's go. Woohoo!
Now I see the anticipation in your eyes. You're all really eager to meet this man, this embodiment, this living legendary voice. So give him your voice, loud and proud, a scream for Charles Martinet!
Mario! And really do, number one! Oh, and Wario, have a rotten day! Yahoo! Wait, I forgot to say. There, I said it and I meant it. Well, what about Luigi? And baby Mario, let's go! Yippee! Hello! What a pleasure to be here.
Well, you've overwhelmed them. They're really taken aback.
Such a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much. I'm always very grateful to Nintendo for giving me the opportunity to play the parts that I've loved for so many years. I'm grateful to the show to bring us out here. You know, but mostly grateful to you because your love for the video games is what's given me 33, now 34 years of absolute joy and traveling the world and doing what I love to do most. And it's what I wish for you, is that you find what it is that gives you joy and happiness and fun, what gives you a passionate love of life, and you follow that heart of yours to find your joy, your happiness, your fun, whatever it is. That it could be driving a truck, it could be doing voiceover, it could be writing scripts, you just never know. But when you follow that direction of joy and happiness, I think it just naturally brings it for you. So that's what I wish for you.
You're right. You're right. I always wanted to bake pancakes from morning till evening. This is what I should... I'm not supposed to be here. I should be baking pancakes.
You should be making pancakes.
That's it for the world to feed.
Yeah, and I was just wondering, if Mario had a voicemail, what would it sound like?
Had a voicemail?
Yeah.
Hello, it's me, Mario. Woohoo! I can't come to the phone right now, but leave your name and number and I call you back as soon as I get here. Oh, wait for the beep. Beep! It wasn't the beep, it was Mario. Okie dokie, here we go. Woohoo! Something like that, I guess.
What was your favorite Mario game to speak?
To voice in? That's a great question. You know, I'm in 168 games. So that's a lot to choose one to say that's my favorite. But really for me, Mario Teaches Typing was a big change, believe it or not. Because, yeah, that one, in that game, I read the copy and it said, you know, the good one said, oh, you know, great job, you did well. But then when you failed, it's like, you failed. You had to go back to the beginning and start all over again. And I'm like, can I change that? It doesn't sound very nice, you know. So the producer said, sure, go ahead. I said, that was great, but I know you can do even better. Let's go again. Yippee! And it was that taught me in my mind. The character essence that I wanted was always positive, always supportive, always respectful. And it's what it's the core element of the character of Mario for me is everything that I want to be as a man. You know, loving, protective, caring, trustworthy, honorable, all the time, loyal, faithful, you know, all those adjectives that tell me something of goodness at the heart. And so that's the ideal person to me, is Mario. And then every other character I do goes a little bit off from that. You know, Luigi has courage, but he's terrified and scared, but he has to work through it to get to that courage, you know. And Wario and Waluigi, they're always just, they're naughty, but they're not bad, you know. So all the things that they try to do to somebody else, always falls back on them for a silly result, you know? For me, Mario 64, Mario Teaches Typing, Mario Fundamentals, because it was so silly in Gallery. And then I would say Sunshine might be my favorite of all time, but I'm not sure. I have to go back and start again. And I never make it very far, but I can usually find out the princess is not in this castle. But then I would say to Super Mario 3D World, you know, and Odyssey. So there are a lot of them. Thank you. Long answer for a very nice question. Thank you.
I was wondering, you've also voiced Luigi, Waluigi, Wario. How did that casting process go?
That was so lovely. It just that's what I'm so grateful to Nintendo. Gift after gift, you know. I would go into the studio, or I'd go back to do. I went back to. We started doing Mario as Mario in real time. I was the first performer to do real time animation, which is like motion capture, those video games you play now. But it was with moving my facial muscles that would move the cartoon character muscles. So that was really fun. And I would go in. I went back to CES, and all of a sudden there was Wario, and there was Donkey Kong, and there was, you know, and I got to play those voices. And I was doing a tour of Walmarts that were opening, and kids would say, "Hey, can I please talk to your brother Luigi?" And we didn't have one. I mean, this was like $1 million of equipment, and we didn't have a Luigi because it cost another $1 million to make a Luigi. And I'd say, "Oh, hang on a second, I'll get him. But I think he's in the kitchen making spaghetti meatballs, but he's a little shy. Let me see what he says." And I'd turn the head that way and say, "Hey, Luigi!" And I couldn't move my mouth because all these contacts were on my face. So if I move my mouth, it'd become the... So I'd go, "Yeah, what do you want? Hey, my friend wants to come and say hello to you." "Oh no, tell him I'm in the kitchen making spaghetti meatballs. Besides, I'm too shy." "Oh, he's in the kitchen making spaghetti meatballs. Besides, he's too shy." "Oh, please." "Hang on." "Oh, please." "Sorry." He says, "Sorry." And I noticed that when I was doing that, all the children that were standing in front of the monitor would look over off to the side of the room, like there's a kitchen over there. And so I just, suddenly then I put my mom and dad over there, someone over there, my grandpa over there. So I would get these kids looking this way, you know, "Don't touch that remote control, I'm gonna use that." "Oh, my papa says, don't touch the remote control." You know, so I just would love this little tennis match, but then all of a sudden they said, "Well, we want to do Luigi." And I'm like, "Okay, here's Luigi, you know, I've already got him." And then one day I walked in, I think it was Mario Tennis, Super Mario Tennis, and there was this, you know, he's the nemesis of Luigi, you know, isn't it? Like Wario is the nemesis of, and I just, can you put a voice on? I just, it just seemed natural. You know, when you audition for things, you often get like a drawing. So that you go, "Oh, I've got an idea, those little beady eyes," or, you know, "I got big shoulders," you know, or maybe you got, "I got big shoulders, I'm huge," you know, maybe you do the opposite. But for me, it's like, because, you know, I'm on the clock and it's time to start recording. I don't know what we're gonna record. And it's like, come up with something and come up with it fast. So they just let me keep doing that. It was great. Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for all of your questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you for playing my games. You're the superstars.
Charles Martinet.
That's the end of the video. Yeah. What did you buy? Well, the thing you saw in the beginning? Yeah.
And I bought
Jasper.
Because I'm not Team Edward, I'm Team Jacob.
I'm also Team Jasper. I like him most.
I didn't like the hype between Edward and Jacob.
True. I bought something awesome, but I'm gonna show it at home because it's a big box. And here it is. I already told you the box is way too big to be carrying around at Comic Con. So here we have the Gremlins 2, the new batch, deluxe Daffy Mockery prop. This is Daffy as a prop, and this is Daffy in a movie. I know it's not like one-on-one, but still it's a great prop. I do want the others as well. As you can see, there are 5 Mogwais to get. We've got Daffy. We've got Gizmo. My sister actually got Gizmo, and the seller only had 1 Gizmo. So it's like, I want Daffy anyways, so we're getting Daffy. Then we got Mohawk, we've got George and Lenny. I am not sure if I get all the Mogwais eventually, but I do have Daffy now, and I want Gizmo. Yeah? Avoid bright lights, do not get wet, and do not feed after midnight. Follow the rules, guys. Yeah.
And also the photo op with Robocop, Peter Weller.
Can we see it? Because this is an older gentleman, we were like, we're not going to film him or, you know, yeah. So yeah.
And not many people know him, so.
That's, well, they do know him, but yeah. Yeah.
Not all enough.
Yep. So over here we got a video, no wait, it's a playlist with all the conventions we do over the year. Over here we got all the Q&A sessions, and over there is a video that YouTube wants you to see. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye! Find the video and like and subscribe that one. Daffy will be mischievous and come into your kitchen, destroy the whole thing, and there will be no leftover food. Just kidding.